What's up, world? This is Yuri, aka GainsFinder. Welcome back. This is episode number 11, and the topic of this talk is high intensity interval training. This is near and dear to my heart. I grew up playing multiple sports and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I believe that this information and this knowledge can benefit to so many people who are looking for ways to improve their personal fitness. So if you're one of those people, or if you would like to just get some new ideas and new information, stick around for the whole video, okay? So first of all, how would we even go about defining what high intensity interval training is? Well, in my mind, it's very simple. It's a bout of physical activity followed by a bout of rest or rest interval that combine together for a specific number of repetitions that equal to activity or workout. Now, this might not be a definition that you will find on internet, but as I said, this is my definition, and I'll explain why I came up with this particular way to describe it. Because essentially what happens during these cycles, right, these rounds of continuous physical activity, is you have a work phase, we're going to call it work ratio, and then you're going to have a rest phase, we're going to call it rest ratio. Work ratio, rest ratio, play words, all right? And let's assume that your work ratio is 30 seconds and that your rest ratio is 30 seconds as well. This means we have 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. Very simple. What's next? Well, the cool thing is that you can take practically any exercise, well, just about any exercise, and create high intensity interval training program or workout. And you can use that formula of work to rest ratio and manipulate that formula based on your particular needs, on your particular fitness level, and of course, goal that you are striving to achieve. What are other examples we can look at? Let's assume that I am completely new to fitness and I've never exercised in my life. And I just learned how to do squats, okay? Extreme example, I know, but just roll with me. I'm going to start with 10 to 15 seconds of intense squatting, which means that I'm going to try to execute my squats as fast as I possibly can. Now, this is one of the things that's going to change your intensity right away. Speed. Remember that, okay? So, I'm going to go with 15 seconds for my work ratio, okay? And I'm going to take 45 seconds as my rest for my rest ratio. So you can probably guess what it's going to mean. That's going to mean 1 to 3 work to rest ratio, which means that we're going to work only 1/3 of the time compared to how much time we're going to rest. And that makes a lot of sense because in this particular example that I'm giving you, this individual is deconditioned. So 15 seconds of high intensity exercise could be, I'm not saying that's for sure, but it could be a good place to start. And 45 seconds would be a good place to start in terms of rest, because we're going to need to allow our system, our new system to exercise, to recover more fully before we go to the next round. On the other hand, if I'm an experienced person, if I've been through this particular type of training, or I'm a former athlete and I've tasted it before, then I can go 1-to-1. I can go maybe 30 seconds with a very fast squats and 30 seconds of rest, and then continue with the desired number of circuits. So this is how simple it is to program it. Now, the main thing, of course, we're going to program it around our individual needs. Now, I mentioned the first factor in intensity is speed. The second one is range of motion. Using squat as an example, if you're squatting lower, your intensity is increasing as opposed to squatting quarter way down. And a third element of intensity is load or weight that will create resistance. So right away, if you're squatting with a loaded bar and if it's heavy, your intensity is going to go up. Now keep in mind that the heavier the weight gets, typically speed goes down, and range of motion, not always, it depends. Range of motion may stay the same. But if, for example, you're going to lift 100 pounds on the squat and you're going to go halfway, and let's just assume that you can do 5 repetitions, when you go all the way down, you might be able to do only 3. So this is another example as to how your range of motion can change your intensity, assuming all other attributes or factors remain the same. So what does it all mean? And why should we care, right? Well, why should we care is because this training produces amazing results, amazing outcomes for our body. Essentially what's happening is that we spark in our metabolism big time. We spark in our system and hormonal system to tell our body, hey, now I require more energy. I require you to work harder. So I'm going to need you to produce, maybe digest is a better word, or move along energy faster. And as a result, we're becoming more conditioned. Our body composition can increase. Our endurance can increase. Even our strength and power can increase depending on the type of training that we are doing. Also, I think it's an incredible asset to activities of daily living or life in general, because what if you need to catch a bus one time and you've actually never ran fast in your life? You think your body is just going to be ready for it? Maybe, maybe not. But if you've tasted this type of training before and your system is familiar with this type of training, best believe that you're able to adjust to this more easily. Not to be a negative Nancy, but what if somebody is chasing you, or if somebody is trying to steal your purse? If you trained intensely before, you can either run away or whoop their behind more successfully, because your body is more equipped to sustain and to handle that type of demand. These are just a couple of my thoughts. We talked about how to do it. We talked about why we should do this. And we talked about who should do this. So I think we cover a lot of ground in this video already. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear some examples from your practice. Have you done any high intensity interval training? How do you do it? What exercises do you use? What kind of what kind of work to rest ratio do you utilize? I would love to learn all about this, because I'm a learner and I continue to learn, and I hope to grow together. All right. So I hope to hear from you, and I hope that it was useful and helpful to you. So leave me a comment and let's continue this journey together, and let's continue to get better. Be well, be good, be healthy, be strong. And no matter what you do, never, ever, ever stop learning, my friends. Take care.